This has been a hot topic these past 24 hours, and it's talking about the station agents' new jobs outside of the booth. Now, I'm going to keep it 100% real with you guys regarding this, right? Technology cannot be defeated, right? We get that. And I don't think that the transit workers, the station agents in particular, are not aware of that. The thing is that the transit authority is not making safety inclusive of these changes, and the union is not making sure that safety is inclusive of these changes. And that's where the issue lie. All over social media, I see civilians, I see passengers, I see workers talking about how unsafe it is for workers to be outside the booth, specifically speaking in these times. 9 murders in the transit system, hundreds of assaults, all types of assaults. And it's not a good time to be putting people outside of the booth. Now, the crazy part is that the union is helping the MTA sell this narrative. So I know you guys seen what's on the screen right now. Job security and a pay raise for station agents. Of course, they want to put pay raise in there because they use money to make you ignore the issues. This is a classic trick, right? And I'm not going to read this whole thing, but they break it down into 4 sections. Job security, safety, customer service, pay raise. Of course, that's the last thing they want to leave in your mind, is that you will be getting a raise. So ignore all the other BS. Now, let's bring it back a little bit. How did we get here? We can't forget, during the pandemic, Local 100 administration leadership said, hey, forget about masks. Forget about social distancing. We got to get this money outside of the booth. That was their focus for some strange reason. And it makes me think, were they tooting management horn? Were they doing management bidding? Because they got the money outside of the booth. When was the last time the MTA took safety so serious that they listened to the union off the first shot? As soon as the union said it, the MTA was like, yes, let's go do it. The money ain't come back ever since. So was the union doing the MTA bidding? That's for you to figure out. You come to your own conclusions. Because at the same time, Long Island Railroad nor Metro North stopped taking money, right? So it's something to think about. So they was a catalyst into this scenario that's being played out right now before our eyes. Station agent of the future, being outside of the booth, walking the platforms, being personable with passengers, right? Or whatever the case may be. Now, I want to identify these sections. The first section, like I said on the screen, job security. Basically, that whole paragraph was a scare tactic. And then they try to make you feel comfortable at the end to say, hey, look, your job is secure, because how can it not be secure when the MTA is hiring more people? So your job is secure. That's to make you feel safe, all right? Nothing is happening. Then you get to the safety part. The safety part is all BS. Let's be honest. It's all BS. They say management and union representatives will have ongoing discussions about safety and implementation of any measures deemed necessary. There has been no movement on safety whatsoever when it comes to us doing business inside New York City Transit. There has been none ever. Picture a car company saying that we're going to make a car. We know that accidents happen, but we're going to make a car. Don't put no seatbelt in it. And then when an accident happened, we're going to discuss, should we put a seatbelt in there? Leaving station agents in the booth is a seatbelt. That is the seatbelt for their job. Let's not forget, isn't the glass bulletproof? Why did they put bulletproof glass there if they felt that it wasn't no harm? Right? I never seen a bullet penetrate the booth glass, right? If it wasn't no harm, why did they implement that inside the booth? It's something to think about, right? But that whole safety thing is BS. I don't get it, right? And it only shows that the union administration is working hand in hand with management to make sure that you're unsafe. It's all lies from the union, right? The next part is I'm not going to address the customer service centers, but the next part is job security. Not job security, the pay raise. Like I said, this section is to make you forget about the added work because you're going to have more work duties, right? That's what Station Agent of the Future is all about. You're going to have more work duties. And it's also to make you forget about that you're working unsafe. They know that they dangle that carrot in front of people's faces, and that carrot is not really a carrot. It's $1, $1, $1. It's to make you forget that you're working unsafe, and it's all BS, and it's all handed to you on a silver platter by your local 100 station department representatives, right? Now, I want to touch on a few things because just to show you guys that the union is working against you. The union is working with management. They are not working with you. So I'm going to play this video from the union. It's on the union website right now. And I want you to listen to what they have the station agents say.
So it's a good thing for the job security for us to be out there and help them and keep my job.
Now, you heard what she said, that it's a good thing that she's going to have job security and she's going to keep her job and she's going to help people. But that's the smoke screen that the union play. Let me tell you guys what this same exact station agent really said.
Well, Liz, out of the box and into the station, this really is the end of an era here in the subway. 2.5 years ago was kind of a key turning point when cash transactions were no longer carried out in the booths. Then came the Metro card machine and now Omni. Changing times means changing roles.
Do you have a couple of minutes?
Time is running out for an iconic feature here in the subway, once called token booths. How about customer service centers? A new plan affects 2,000 plus station agents who sit here and try to communicate with those less than ideal microphones. Well, no more.
The principal agreement is to get them out and actually, interacting with our customers.
Out of 466 booths in 472 stations. Moving forward, their primary function will be helping people with directions and more.
Walk the platform, for example, maybe see someone, doing something, be able to call it in, call the police potentially, call RCC, call homeless services.
Without jeopardizing their safety.
Oh, some of the things you see there, the people are scary.
At the Atlantic Avenue Barclays station where Yamina works, still she's looking forward to the change.
If you see something that just looks a little shady, we are allowed to go back in the booth. Yeah, so as long as we have that option, it doesn't feel as scary.
Yes.
Now, it's obvious the union tried to twist or not say what she really was thinking about and was worried about. It's obvious on the news she was focused on safety, right? But the union tried to sell it, create a narrative of a black woman. Hey, I'm just happy to have a job. We're here. We want to help the customers. And it's all management narrative. It's all management narrative. Let's read what Davey had to say. Asked by a reporter about the possibility of layoffs, Davey said that the MTA's need for additional government funding will fill budget gaps must be acknowledged, but the intent is no for layoffs whatsoever. This is the sleight of hand trick that they pull. He don't have no intent for layoffs, of course not. But then he put the responsibility in the government funding. If something happens, somebody gets laid off. Hey, it's not the MTA, it's the government funding. We didn't do it. The government didn't give us money. So all of that to say that the union saying that they're not going to get laid off, nobody knows. It's according to funding. The key word is the intent is for no layoffs whatsoever. Intent is definitely not in correlation with the reality of what really happens in New York City Transit. The second paragraph, station agents will get new roles and spend parts of each shift outside the booth to provide customer service, such as helping riders with Omni equipment, giving directions, assisting the elderly and disabled, assessing station conditions, and reporting conditions or situations that need to be addressed. Agents will get cellular telephones and training, including de-escalation training. Did you guys hear that word? Did you hear that word? De-escalation training. Do you guys know that is a police function? Did you guys know that is a police function? What does de-escalation training mean? De-escalation training teaches police officers to slow things down, create space, ask open-ended questions, build a rapport with subjects, and hold off reaching for their guns. De-escalation training is not a transit worker function. I did not see that in the description of our jobs when we took this job. De-escalation training, not at all, right? So you're going to be doing all of these new roles and de-escalation training for extra dollar more. Whoopie do. Now, de-escalation training is not something new for transit agencies. I actually found some they do it in Florida, but I'm gonna point out some things for you guys, right? I mean, they do it in New Jersey Transit, I believe, too, but I actually found a PDF in Florida just to show you guys exactly what's going on. Let me make this bigger for you guys for a second. Make this bigger. Make this a little bigger. All right. So I want you guys to focus on the course objectives, and you see define the terms conflict and de-escalation. They actually have a whole section on it. And I want to just point out a couple of things about what they expect from you when de-escalation training. Now, de-escalation is when we use communication skills to calm a person who is angry, out of control, or disturbed. If you take proper charge of a situation, it can reduce the possibility of violence. These techniques can be used not only with your passengers and coworkers, but also with your friends and family. Now, the thing is that these are police duties. These are police duties, right? But I could almost understand why Florida have their transit workers doing that. It's because their transit workers have better protection. Now, if you look at the section that I got signed off, it says whenever a person is charged with knowingly committing an assault or battery upon a public transit employee or agent while the public transit employee or agent is engaged in the lawful performance of his or her duties, the offense for which the person is charged shall be reclassified as a more severe offense than simple assault or battery and may hold minimum imprisonment sentences of 3 to 8 years, depending on the type of offense. Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear that? A minimum imprisonment sentences of 3 to 8 years. Meanwhile, ours say assaulting MTA New York City Transit subway personnel is a felony punishable up to 7 years in prison. There's a difference between up to and minimum, and nothing is going to change with assault and transit workers until there is a minimum imprisonment sentence. And 3 to 8 years sound quite fine to me for people who come to work to do their jobs, and not even, come on, we not punching bags. We don't come to work to get assaulted, right? But the union is not even pushing for legislation that says this about transit workers, right? They're not pushing no type of legislation. They're not trying to make sure that we are safe. They trying to pull a sleight of hand, right? Smoke screen and mirrors. Like, how can they put the same station agent out there to make it sound like the only thing she's worrying about is, you know, her job? I want to play this again. Listen to this.
It's a good thing for the job security for us to be out there and help them and keep my job.
It's a good thing for us to go out there, you know, help them and keep our job. That was their focus. Nothing about safety. How is your union not focusing on safety? It's real out there. It is real in New York City Transit. It is the true underworld, right? And how can you de-escalate someone with bad intentions? You cannot de-escalate anyone from bad intentions. Now, I spoke to some people who attended the class. They told me that the person who's teaching the de-escalation training is not even a New York City resident. In fact, he's from the UK. How can a man from the UK tell us how to de-escalate anything in New York City? How does that make sense? He don't even understand how New Yorkers think. How can you de-escalate someone with bad intentions? How can you de-escalate someone who's not right in the mind? There's no de-escalation. And then they trying to say, well, if you feel unsafe, you could go back to the booth. That's BS. Because as soon as someone with bad intentions seeing you trying to retreat, they treat that as fair and they will attack you if your back is turned to them. Right? So there's not even no proper protocols to teach workers how to defend themselves, how to keep themselves safe at first. Now, I did hear that they're going to have an A and a B or two people inside the booth, but there is going to be work for the station agent to do outside the booth. And from what I heard is that, during the press conference, Davey said that they will be doing checking out the station. They were not taught that during training. So there's some things going on that the station agents is not even being trained for. So if they are, or if they have to work the station, would they do it in pairs? Because the NYPD made it clear that no officer will patrol single. They were not patrolling singles. They were patrolling pairs. Even if it's two officers on the train, they would not patrol the train on the north end and the south end and meet in the middle. They will patrol the train together. So is New York City Transit having workers assess these stations by themselves? I think it's unsafe. They don't understand. A lot of people do not like this uniform. They don't like this logo. Right? Probably behind NYPD, transit workers are the most hated agency in the city, right? And our assault numbers say that. The stuff that management says about us and the predicaments they put us in, people are not stupid. People know exactly what's going on. They know that this company do not protect us. They don't care about us. And we are essentially out here on our own. But I'm happy to address this hot topic. I want you guys to let me know what you think about station agents being outside the booth, working outside the booth. If you are a station agent, let me know what you think. If you are a customer, let me know what you think. Do you think it will be better for you? Should the MTA bring back money? There's no reason for them not to take money. They're going to lose a lot of money by not taking money. But definitely let me know what you think. Make sure to like and subscribe to the video. If you like this video, make sure to donate to the platform via Cash App. That's $Progressive Action 100. Catch you guys later. Peace.